I was watching the news one day, and I saw something called the nun bun. Do you guys remember that? It was Mother Teresa in the shape of a cinnamon bun. So if you haven't seen that, please look it up. I'm not joking. It's a real deal. Then I saw someone saw Jesus in a tortilla, Elvis on their toast, and I was like, hey, wait a minute. How come no one ever sees a native person on their food? So I made this thing called the Toast of Indian Country. You're looking at about 90-something slices of toast right here. That's Chief Joseph supposed to be. So the way I did this is something so simple. It's called the grid technique. So I didn't actually paint this. I didn't actually burn this in a toast and scrape it off. I used paint. The way I painted it, though, is something called the grid technique. It's a technique that I teach. I travel around teaching. Everyone watching this could make this, and it would look almost identical. It's really fun. I thought it was awesome. And that piece, I guess it's still around. I think it's in a place in Norm Jacobson House in Norman. I need to go down there and get it. These are Mindians. This is the Indigenous Hulk, and he gets, so what I did, if you look down at the dude on the bottom, he's kind of got these braids, and he's reading the newspaper, and he's like, treaties are broken. So he turns into this Indigenous Hulk, gets mad when treaties are broken. So I would imagine in that comic book, he just pretty much stays mad all the time. So I also make my own rugs. Well, I don't like physically make them. I'm not like sitting in front of a loom or anything like that. But I send designs into this company, and they make the rugs for me. So I don't know how young everyone is, but we used to have these things called mixtapes. So you'd make your best mixtape up depending on what you were doing. You know, like I had a mixtape when I was playing video games, when I ride my bike. Then you make some for your friends. And I would always put like volume 1 and 2 as if someone really cared, like, oh, volume 1, 2, I better try to find volume 1. So anyway, this is just a powwow mixtape. I decided that one thing is I just like making anything that I want to use in real life. I just try to make my own version of it. So I use chapstick like a lot of people do. So I decided to make my own. These are made from fry bread grease. But it's not really fry bread grease. It's actually vanilla. When we sent it in, the company said, oh, we need to know what the ingredients are. So I wrote back, kind of halfway joking. I wrote back that, the ingredients are 100% real. And I guess they didn't know what to do, so they actually put that on the actual bottle there. I use emojis a lot on my phone, and I was like, man, we need to have our own emojis. So we made these as stickers. If there's any programmers out there and can help me get these onto a keyboard so that we can let everyone start using these when they message each other, please let me know. Okay, so let the record show I did not steal this sign. I bought it off of eBay, but I turned wrong way into strong medicine. These are some custom skateboards that I made. If you look on top, what I tried to do was take the two-dimensional ledger drawings, and I tried to make them look like they were three-dimensional, coming off the board, kind of shading behind it like they were busting out. And then the one on the bottom is the Warriors deck. It gets really cold in the southern plains. And again, this is that correlation I like to do with Star Wars. That's what Han Solo was riding, and Luke Skywalker. Tauntauns, they're called. That's an Ewok. So in the movie, the Ewoks lived in the woods. They were kind of down with nature. They used natural stuff from the land for their tools and their clothing. So I thought, man, if we were in that Star Wars universe, just like in the movie Return of the Jedi, the Ewoks would team up fighting the evil empire. So this is Godzilla fighting against invaders. So he's helping these people fight against these people that are trying to invade. So I don't know. I think we all know what that is, and so I just thought that was kind of a cool way to do that. Because in some of the stories, Godzilla would help the people against other monsters. So you probably at first glance you think, "Oh, that's an Etch-a-Sketch." But if you look closely, you realize it's actually a canvas. And I wrote the word ledger sketch on it, and I drew everything by hand. And what look like candles from an Etch-a-Sketch are actually knobs from a Mod Podge. I found a no parking sign, and I drew on it. Start stepping, no parking. Do you remember those horses in front of supermarkets? You'd put your quarter in it and they'd go. So I always thought about that. This is one of the first ledger drawings I drew probably about 4 or 5 years ago. It's called Quarter Horse. So one of my dreams, hopefully, if I ever can get like I want to do an installation of this piece. So hopefully if I get a grant or someone brings me in somewhere, my idea is to buy one of those horses in real life and sand it down and paint it to look like a ledger horse, a real one, and then rework the wiring so when you put money in it, it'll play like either powwow music or maybe it'll play Tribe Called Red or something.